Yes, this is Igor. Real quick sound check. I mean, can you guys hear me? So this is Igor Kfitz streaming from my home in Toronto. Okay, I'm seeing some chat notifications. Perfect. Now let me also try and share my screen. Okay, tell me if you can see it. Just type in the chat if you can see my screen and we'll get it going. Okay. All right, so I'm seeing people in the chat. Perfect. So we got Bruce, Bill, David, Christian. My son's name is Christian, although he's fully Jewish though. Steven, Joseph, Jabril, Maria. Who else we got here? Jupiter Jim, a longtime member. Alan, yes, AJ, and there's more and more and more coming. So if you're hearing my voice, just again confirm you can hear me and you can see my slides, and we are gonna do this. So today is gonna be all about my really cool $7.3 million sales funnel. Specifically, what I want to do during today's training is I want to show you how my super funnel works. Okay, how it automatically produces sales for me, and how, most importantly, by the end of this training, you can copy it without any previous experience or even a website of your own. Sounds good? Give me good in the chat if this sounds good to you. I'm gonna pour some warm tea for my throat because, believe it or not, doing a presentation like this is not easy on the throat. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's get rocking. So you're going to see and understand right now how an automated sales funnel works that made me the top 1% super affiliate and makes me up to 21 grand a day in affiliate commissions. How it also produces up to $1,300, actually $1,344.60 to be specific, per lead, without any personal selling or building your own sales funnel. How to make big commissions by referring people to an automated free online video, again, no personal selling. And how to copy my $7.3 million super funnel for yourself, even if you're just getting started with affiliate marketing and internet marketing in general. Now, before we continue, I have to make my lawyer happy. Since moving to North America, that became important because I was told that over here people get sued for pretty much anything. I just want to be absolutely crystal clear and cross every T and say this. Continuing on this training, from this point forward, you need to agree to the following, that you understand the following. First off, that I've been aggressively pursuing online marketing since 2008. It's been a passion of mine. I never saw myself doing anything else. I dropped out of my military college or military academy, if you will. I barely graduated, but I considered a dropout because I never went back to collect my diploma, and I never continued on the path that was laid out for me. I decided to go, put in the work, make mistakes, take the risks, and become a self-taught millionaire. So I've been pursuing this for a long time. Okay, type agree in the chat for each point, please. There's 4 points, and I need you to type agree for each. Thank you. Now, the second thing is I created this training for people who are as committed to building an online business as I was when I started, and who are willing to invest the time and take the manageable, calculated risks required when building a business. If you lack the commitment, if you can't stomach the risks, if you can't make mistakes, if you can't see this for what it is, a business, then this training will definitely not help you. So again, type agree in the chat. And I'm showing you my system and my results. I'm not implying or promising that you'll get the same results. I make no guarantees of any kind, and you're proceeding here understanding that. Okay, so again, type agree in the chat. If you don't agree with any of this stuff, you might as well just leave the training. You will not get value from this. Now, finally, there will be an offer at the end of this training. You may take me up on this offer, or you may decide not to take me up on this offer. Either way is perfectly fine with me, and I hope you will get value from what I'm about to show you. Okay, fair enough? Being just honest and upfront with you. That will be an offer. It's going to be an awesome, amazing offer, especially for people who want to copy my entire $7.3 million super funnel. But again, there's going to be an offer. So that's it. So now let's talk about my secret to making big commission checks, my secret to driving lots of quality traffic, my secret to living life on my own terms and, being able to do the things I really love to do, as well as make the kind of money I want to make. And an easy way for you to copy what I'm doing without previous experience or a learning curve. Okay, so this training is for affiliate marketers who were promised an easy way to escape their job that turned out to be not so easy, an automated way to earn money that isn't really automated at all, a newbie friendly strategy to work from home that requires a PhD in nuclear physics to figure out, and a free and cheap traffic that's basically expensive as hell, and a passive income that, let's face it, is never passive, and sometimes for most people it never even comes. So if you can relate to any of this, give me a quick one in the chat right now, because that's been my experience early on for the first 3.5 years in this industry, and that's also been an experience of many of the people that I talk to, right? So we've been lied to, and that's how pretty much everyone got into the industry. We've been promised an easy result or a fast result, and that just wasn't true. So this training, I want to give you the truth once and for all. I want to tell you exactly how things work around here, because I've tried it every possible way there is, and I now understand how it works, and I would like to share with you the truth. But first, I would like to expose some lies. So first off, lie number one that you've been told is that you can generate free traffic to your affiliate link, right? So type in the chat yes if you've been told this, that all you have to do is here, grab an affiliate link and just send and drive free traffic. Go on social media or something, post it on your blog, share it on Craigslist, whatever. You can do it for free, right? So type yes in the chat if you've been promised that. For me, that's a lie. I know it and you know it too, because free traffic never comes. It's very time consuming, it's difficult, but most importantly, even if it was difficult, fine, let it be difficult, but at least come, but it never really comes. And whenever I hear people talk about free traffic, I know that they're really not, I mean, honestly, an average person can drive free traffic, you think? No, no, because you have to create content, shoot videos, start a podcast, write a book, build an authority site, and again, speaking of free traffic, you have to buy backlinks. No one's going to give you backlinks for free. You have to optimize for keywords, and keyword research software costs money, as well as the time you invest into all of this costs money if you value your time. You have to post, 25 times a day on social media platforms. You have to have an original opinion about something and actually be an authority that people want to listen to. So, I mean, how are you supposed to drive free traffic, right? Plus, free traffic requires you to be a lot more difficult than paid traffic. You have to figure out a lot of stuff, how to build WordPress sites, how to do SEO, how to optimize this and code that. It's not easy, no matter what they tell you. The second lie is that you can run paid ads to your affiliate link and make money. That you can basically take your affiliate link as is, run an ad directly to it, and make money, right? That is also a lie. And here's why. You can't generate paid traffic to affiliate links anymore because of the cost of paid traffic. So back when the paid traffic cost a penny a click, yeah, you could do that for sure. But if you're generating 1,000 visitors today, you're probably paying about, I don't know, $1 per click, $2 per click, $3 per click, depending on the platform that you're using, right? So I'm using a very conservative number for my math here. Now, if you're spending $1 per click for 1,000 visitors to your website, your affiliate link, so it's someone else's website, but it's your affiliate link, you're spending $1,000, right? Now, an average affiliate conversion on an offer would be somewhere in the range of 1% to maybe 0.5%. Again, this is conservative. For the most part, you're still looking at about 250 clicks to an affiliate link to get a sale, but I took a conservative even number of 1 sale per 100 people to your affiliate link. And that means that out of 1,000 people that you're going to send to your affiliate link at $1 per click, spending a total of $1,000 on the whole thing, you're standing to make about 10 sales, right? And that means with an average commission of $15 to $35 per sale, you're standing to make a revenue. You're not making a profit here. It's just a revenue of $150 to $350 before refunds or anything else. That means you're already anywhere between $650 to $850 in the hole. No matter how you spin it, you can play with those conversions. You can try and lower your cost per click a little bit. But at the end of the day, if you direct linking, you will lose money because traffic is expensive and quality traffic is too expensive for any one affiliate to use. Now, another reason why affiliate marketers can't really do direct affiliate link promotions anymore is compliance. If you've ever tried promoting something on Facebook ads, like an affiliate link or anything that makes a claim, you've probably been banned. Like me, like many others, right? Same thing is true for Google AdWords and other platforms. They don't really like affiliate marketers because they think that affiliates are a risk. Now, the third lie, and again, type yes in the chat right now if you've been told this, is that you can make $100,000 a year promoting affiliate offers. I mean, that's what every affiliate marketing guru says, right? Make six figures. I make six figures by just taking people to links and stuff. Well, here's the deal. An average ClickBank affiliate commission, and ClickBank is an affiliate marketplace that you probably know if you're interested in affiliate marketing, pays between 15 and 35 bucks. Now that means you need 2,800 sales per year to make $100,000. Now that's a lot. Now then you say, okay, maybe we use a different network. Okay, let's go to JVZoo. JVZoo.com, another great affiliate network. Average commission is between 10 and 17 bucks per sale. You need to make over 5,800 sales a year to make $100,000. Maybe Warrior Plus, you may have heard of it, maybe not, but it's another network. There's lots of affiliate offers there, but they pay between 3 and 5 bucks, maybe 3 to 10 bucks per sale, and you're looking at making over 20,000 sales to make $100,000. So if you're thinking of affiliate marketing as a way to earn six figures, it's going to be challenging because of the commissions you're getting paid. Now, another lie. Type yes in the chat if you've been told this. Affiliate marketing is quote unquote passive income business. So kind of like the business that Tim Ferriss described in the 4-Hour Work Week, you know, the words set it and forget it come to mind. Have you been told this before? Yeah, I'm seeing lots of yeses in the chat. Well, I've been told this too, and it's anything but passive. Unfortunately, it's not set and forget because you have to do all these things. These things are not going to do themselves. These things are all required. You have to build the landing pages. You have to set up your campaigns and watch them. You have to do your market research. You have to do your offer selection. You have to do the tracking. And it is a proper full-time gig. So nothing about this is completely set and forget. Another lie, lie number 5. Type yes in the chat if you've been told this. You can build a six-figure affiliate marketing business in just 1 hour a day from scratch. That's a classic, isn't it? It's like, hey, can I do this while I still have a day job? Yeah, sure. You only need 1 hour a day. Can I do this if I'm a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom and I'm really busy with my children? Oh, yeah, for sure. You don't need a lot of time. You can just take 1 hour a day. Well, guess what? It's not as simple because most affiliates have to stay up late at night trying to figure this out. Nothing here is as simple and as straightforward as they tend to say. So what is your course of action here then? And why am I sharing this with you? Am I advocating you should quit? By the way, you're seeing a classic gamer's rage quit. I'm guilty of these myself, especially when I play Call of Duty and FIFA. So should you quit affiliate marketing? No, you should not. I'm telling you here right now, you should not quit affiliate marketing because affiliate marketing is highly profitable when it's done right, when you know how to do it. And I'll show you what I mean in this training. Affiliate marketing can give you massive passive income when you do it correctly, when you set up your foundation. So at first, there's some work required, but after that foundation is set, it's just awesome. It's just one of the best things that ever happened to me personally. Again, I can only speak for myself. For me, affiliate marketing is an easy to start and scale from your kitchen table business. Again, when you do it right. This is me and my daughter actually playing an online shooter game in the evening. That's how we pass the time. But it's from that same table that I do my work every day as well. So it's a pretty cool, scalable business that you can take with you anywhere in the world. And it can also be producing sales while you are living your life. In other words, you don't become a slave to the business. If you do it right, the business becomes your slave. So my guess is you want to know how it's done, right? I mean, am I right or what? Type 7 in the chat if you want me to show you. I'm going to show you anyway, whether you type it or not. But do me a favor, type it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to give you the missing puzzle piece for this whole thing. You see, when I started affiliate marketing, I was still going through my post high school education in the Air Force Military College. I think I'm 18 or 19 in this picture. And I was living with my parents. This is the arrows are pointing to my bedroom. That's my old place. We were renting this place. We couldn't afford to buy a place, and we had my grandma live with us, so we could get a property tax discount every month, as well as, of course, she was chipping in on the bills. And my parents basically made a deal with her that they will not put her in a home, and she basically needs to chip in on the bills. So it was a pretty rough reality of an immigrant family back in Israel where I was living at the time. And it was me and my mom and my brother, my dad. Now, I grew up in a post-Soviet family where my mom was a music teacher, my dad was an army officer. He retired major, and I was, it's been beaten into me and my brother that you get an education, you get a good job. Because when they were growing up, you basically went on to get an education, then you were hoping that some factory or something would hire you, and you go and you make something like, I don't know, radio devices, or something made of steel or something. And so that was like the life when they were growing up. So they thought that that's how the world works. But by the time they started like raising me and my brother, the world changed, and they sent me to the Israeli military Air Force College, about 50 or so minutes away from my home. So I was taking the bus from my small town, my little town called Arad, to the town of Beersheba, which was much bigger. And I was going to that school. So each day I was spending about maybe 2.5 hours on just going there and coming back wearing proper uniform. And one time I was studying for an aerodynamics exam, and I was really stressed out. So I went outside with my buddy Max. This is Max. And so Max asked me why was I so stressed out, and I told him that, well, because I'm studying for the exam, and I'm really worried because I'm not really great at aerodynamics. And he says, why are you working so hard? And I told him, well, because I want to be rich. And he laughed at me, like he just pointed a finger at me and held his stomach, and just folded in twice and just started laughing like crazy at me. And he said that that's not how you get rich. To which, of course, I replied, what the hell do you know about getting rich? Your family's just as poor as mine. And he says, well, yeah, but the thing is that there's this guy, his name is Robert Kiyosaki, and he wrote this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he says that most rich people are not the ones with the best education. In fact, that there's tons of rich people that have no education at all, or at least some really basic education too. And I said, you know what? Give me that book. I want to read it. And I read the book, and I realized what was happening. I was on my way to a life in the rat race, a life that perhaps some or many of you lived or are living right now and trying to escape. Type in rat race in the chat if that's the case for you. Yeah, yeah, just like I thought. A lot of people, tons of people are being brought up every day and being told that you should get an education so you can get a good job, so then your life is set. But the reality is that you're just heading into the rat race where your bills will outweigh your earnings. And if it doesn't happen like the moment you start, then it will happen by the time you're 40 or 50 or 60. And basically, we're all doomed if we choose that path. Now, at the time, I was also heavy into gaming, and I was just one of the things that I was doing in my free time. I wasn't going out, I wasn't chasing girls. I was literally just playing video games, mostly first person shooters, all the time. And when I discovered that I was on the wrong track. I was on the wrong path. I did the only thing that I knew how to do, which is I Googled, like, how do I make money online? Because I figured, hey, maybe I can maybe I can do this. Maybe I can figure out how to make the internet my income source. And that's when I fell into the rabbit hole. I don't know. I don't know if any of you can relate to this. If you can relate to this, type in, I don't know, 5 in the chat. If you understand what I say when I say I fell into the rabbit hole and I got bitten by this bug of waking up in the morning and seeing money in my bank account and basically the internet, computers, servers, websites, whatever, making me money. Because when I learned that I could do this, and I could only, of course, quote unquote, learn that I could do this by watching what other people were doing and the results they were posting online, I was like, oh my God, you want to tell me that I can live like this? Who needs a job, right? Why would anyone want a job after that? Just have the internet make you money. And that's how I got into affiliate marketing. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward decision at that point. It's like, wow, look at those people. They're posting, commission screenshots, and there's like, they're living the life, they're traveling, they're making money. Many of them are 25 years old and they're already driving Ferraris. It's like, I want that, right? Again, type in 3 in the chat right now if you can actually relate to this, because I was literally drooling all over my keyboard whenever I saw another income screenshot or another person posting about a car they were buying, or a yacht they were renting or something. It's like, it was just crazy. I really wanted to be one of those guys. So what I've done is I went on ClickBank, started researching, of course, and the first thing you're being told is, hey, go on ClickBank, get an affiliate link, and go promote. So I got a link, and then I started looking for free ways to drive traffic. So I did some article marketing, as you can see. Since 2008, I've put in 63 articles in something called eZine articles, which at the time was like a really cool way to drive free traffic, which of course never came. I started a Twitter profile and tweeted every day, and basically was really, really active on Twitter. I built myself a blog, and this is an actual blog. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. If you go to igorhelpsyousucceed.com, that website is dead. But if you go in the Wayback Way machine, it's basically like an archive that keeps track of all the pages. You'll see that this was my actual website where I promoted all kinds of different products. I also did forum marketing. And again, I was spending a lot of time on my computer. I even tried to do video marketing. Look, in October 2009, I posted a video that generated 207 views where I was running a fake contest. Like, I was trying anything I could to get like any kind of traction or any kind of traffic. And the result was that I finally got my first affiliate check. Now, you know how long it took me to get that check and how big the check was? It was a check for $124.37. And the time it took me to get it is 3.5 freaking years. 3.5 years of non-stop driving traffic for free, writing articles, shooting videos, tweeting, Facebooking. I even did MySpace marketing because at the time MySpace was still a thing. I mean, if there was a free traffic technique, guys, I tried it. I tried it and it didn't work. To this day, I have no idea where this commission came from, by the way. I wasn't even good at tracking. I was just placing the same affiliate link anywhere I went. Just to get something, just to get a sale. You know what I mean? Because I was so desperate to get something going. And when I realized how long it took me to make this tiny little check, it was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. But I didn't quit. I had my reasons. They had mostly to do with two things. First, I really wanted to help out my parents because they were not keeping up. My dad suffered a heart condition a few years prior, and went into a double bypass, and since then was on and off work. Nobody would hire him for more than 2 or 3 months. My mom she was able to keep a job, but it was never enough. Like I said, eventually my grandmother moved in with us to help with the bills. And that was still wasn't enough because we were still sinking a little bit deeper in debt every single month. I actually one time I found a some paperwork on the kitchen table that my dad forgot to hide, which stated that he took a loan from the bank to cover, guess what? To cover another loan that he took earlier that he couldn't repay on time. So we were shackled in debt basically. So I really wanted to figure out a way to make money so I can help my parents, and I felt that this is the area where I'm good at. And at the same time, my dad never really appreciated what I was trying to do. He was always mocking me, always making fun of me. It's like, hey, how's your internet business? He was making these air quotes, businesses doing, always mocking me like an idiot. And I really wanted to prove him wrong. Like on one hand, I really love him, and he's my dad, but on the other, he could be a real asshole. So I really wanted to prove him wrong because remember, at the time, I'm what, 20, maybe 21 years old. So I still have like this boiling blood in me, who that wants to have ego, right? I wanted to prove him wrong. So when I realized what I was doing wasn't producing great results, I tried something I never tried before, and I started doing some paid traffic. And to do it, I actually had to get a second job besides the one I already had at the time as a night shift security at a chemical production plant that allowed me to earn money overnight. Of course, I had to sacrifice lots of sleep, but also allowed me some time that I could work on my business because I would always be working from about midnight until about 7 a.m. So, I was barely getting any sleep at all, but at least I made a little bit of extra money so I can put it towards ads. But it didn't really work because I felt like my money was literally being flushed down the toilet or something, because it was burning through. The ads were burning my money so fast. One time, I remember I put in $200 into an ad campaign on a pay-per-view network, which is when they display like pop-up ads, and I burned. So just to understand, it took me about 2 weeks to earn it. And because remember, I live in Israel in a really small town, so our exchange rate to the Israeli shekel is crap. And so by the time I make $200, like I've worked my ass off to get them, and then I burned through the whole thing in like 3 days. It was the most devastating thing I've ever done, as far as paid traffic. And at that point, I'm starting to ask questions like, what am I missing? What is going on here? Like, why are these people making money and I'm not making money? I'm following what they're saying that I should do. And then after some additional research and looking for different clues, here's what I realized. These people were building a list. Now, this should not be a huge revelation to any of you on the call. If you've been following me for some time, I talk about list building all the time. And if you've been online for some time, you've heard the phrase, the money is in what? Complete it in the chat for me. The money is in, yes, that's right. The money is in the list. So it's like, wow, they're building a list. Neil Patel says, you got to build a list. Mike Dillard says, oh, one of the most important things you can do is to build an email list. Perry Marshall says, hey, you know what? An email list is the center of the marketing universe. Oh, wow. Ryan Dice says that email is still producing the highest ROI out of all the media they're using. Another study by Chris X, a super affiliate from ClickBank, who discovered that over 50% of people who have built a list have made more than $5,000 online, and only 6% of people who have never built a list made $5,000 or more online. So, I mean, it's a clue right here. Omar Martin says in his email, we made the most money from list building. Like it's there. You got to just look for the clues. Russell Brunson, the founder of ClickFunnels, says email marketing is the secret weapon of many affiliates. Justin Atlan and Milana from ClickBank University, one of the biggest, I think, coaching programs for affiliate marketers, say the same thing. They say owning an email list is still like the best way to do this stuff. It's like, wow, everyone says that. And you know what? It makes complete sense, doesn't it? I mean, why didn't I think about it 3, 5, 10 years ago? So I get on, I sign up for a GetResponse account and I built myself a list. But guess what? After about, well, a few months, I'd say, of building that list, it was dead. It was dead. It was cold. It was really, really bad. In fact, the one email I sent out to that list generated out of 1,000 people. So that was a list of almost 1,000 people, generated 3 opens, 1 click, and 1 spam complaint. So it was, to say it was like a punch in the balls. It's, it's not to say, it doesn't really do its justice. It was really, really bad. So I was feeling like I was just dumping money down the drain. And it's like, man, I don't get any luck, right? This, again, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then I stumbled into a program, like a coaching program by somebody called Andrew Fox. And Andrew was a super affiliate at the time. He was making a lot of money. I think he bought his second Ferrari. And, he said this incredible thing. This is actually me and him years later at a conference in Orlando. He says, and this is me paraphrasing from memory, right? He says, all super affiliates build a sales funnel to sell their own digital product first, because that's how they build large email lists without losing money, often while making money in the process. Then, once they've built an email list, they mail affiliate offers to their subscribers and make big affiliate commissions. Right? So, I get it now. Now I get it. Now I get it. But it didn't happen overnight for me. I'll tell you that. It's been a lot of work. It's like, launching a rocket into space. That the initial 10 seconds is when you put in the most power into it. So it took me a lot as far as effort, energy, time, investments. It took me a lot to figure out what the hell does that even mean to sell your own product and to build your own funnels. But it was really worth it, because once I did that, not only I started making money from my own stuff, but I also started making pretty decent money from affiliate stuff. These are actually old screenshots, and you can tell it's from 2010. 2010. So it was basically around the end of 2010 is when I started making some decent money with my affiliate business as a result of finally kind of getting that missing piece. It's also around the same time, well, obviously one is connected to the other, right? Is when I started getting lots of people on my list. Again, this is a really old screenshot from a website I used to own, where I used these weird fonts and wrote a lot on the screenshots. So I'm just showing you it as an example of what happened to me at the time when I started building my list at 100, 200 people per day rate instead of having 1 or 2 per day. And that's it. That was the moment when I finally was able to walk away from my job and to never look back. And then I said, hey, if this worked, why don't I build another funnel? And I did it. And then I said, hey, if this keeps working, why don't I build another funnel? And so that's what I've been kind of realizing, that every new funnel added to my income. And very quickly, within I think about 6 months or so, I scaled to a significant income. I was, that's a screenshot again from around the same time when I kept. So this is not the money I was using to pay the bills. This was like leftovers. I kept so much money in my PayPal account, something I would probably not do today, knowing that PayPal is kind of tricky sometimes. But you can see that I was making some big money, especially for 21 or 22-year-old. My affiliate income went up, and since then, it was the next level for me. It was next level for me, and every time, at any point in my life in the last, I'd say, I don't know, 7 years or so, if I ever if I wasn't happy with my income, I knew that the next thing I needed to do was to build a new sales funnel, and I would bring that up, which brings us to my super funnel. the perfect super funnel, the structure I developed as a result of years of trying different things, trying all kinds of different funnels, because there's a bunch of different ways you can do this, but this methodology made me the most money and continues to make me the most money every single day. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through it. Okay, but before I do, I want to remind you, I will not make you build one, I promise. So I want you to understand how it works, but I don't want you to build one. Is that cool? So I'm not going to offer you coaching on how to build a funnel. I'm not going to get into the technical details of how you structure a page, how you connect it to your autoresponder. I'm not going to do any of that because I don't want you to build a funnel. I just want to show you a really cool funnel and then show you how you can copy it. Okay? In fact, I'll show you how you can literally copy my exact funnel shortly. But first, again, I want to show you how it works. And the possibilities that can open up for you when you have a funnel are, I don't want to say endless, but they're pretty insane. Because with your own funnel, waking up to like sales in your account is a proper reality, not a probability. It's like a proper reality. And making big affiliate commissions is also a proper reality because you're building a big list. Remember, you're building a list that you can use to promote affiliate offers and make big affiliate commissions because of the way you're generating these subscribers through your sales funnel. And again, I really mean it when I say big affiliate commissions, because most affiliates have never made more than $100, never made more than maybe $500. Most affiliates don't know what a big affiliate commission even looks like. But with your own funnel, people who do have funnels, and I'll prove it to you, by the way, I'll prove it to you in a sec, they know because they generate better leads and they use better traffic sources and they're able to recoup a lot of their investments that the investments are required to generate the subscribers, to generate the leads, to generate those prospects. Okay, so that's why for people like me, making 21 grand in affiliate commissions in a single day is possible because all it takes is a proper affiliate promotion to the list. Okay, this super funnel I'm about to show you pretty much made me a super affiliate for many of the recent affiliate promotions that I've done, and it's been pretty consistent. Like getting an affiliate award in the mail is not like a thing, like an event for me anymore. It doesn't excite me as much. It's like, the first time you have sex, you're so excited, but then after you've had it for like 10, 20 times, you're like, okay, it's a normal everyday thing. So that's how I feel about my affiliate commissions, because I became the top affiliate for many of the people that you probably know and follow and respect, because it's so easy for me to promote affiliate products having a big responsive email list. However, I'm pretty sure that at least for some of you, and type in the chat if that's you, type in the chat right now if this is you, you really aren't getting it. Like if I'm getting into affiliate marketing, why would I want to build my own funnel? Give me I don't know, give me a 1 in the chat if this does make sense to you. Okay, so here's why. Here's a couple of reasons why funnel is required. So first off, it allows you to offset your traffic cost and even make money up front as you're generating the traffic. Okay, this is really important because advertising costs money. Good advertising is expensive, and for you to build a quality email list, you have to be able to pay for the leads. Now, for you to be able to pay for the leads, you have to be able to recoup your advertising costs, right? And for that to happen, you need a funnel. Another reason is because once you got a funnel, you don't get like one attempt to convert somebody. You can actually follow up. So you'll probably end up making lots more sales than if you were to try and only sell that product once. As soon as they see the page, and then once they leave, nothing else happens. Another reason is because you end up building income over time, and again, generating those sales consistently. So you're recouping and recouping and recouping. So even if you haven't recouped your entire investment, even if you made 80% of your money back, or 70 or 60% of your money back, it's still better than making nothing back, right? And recouping the remainder through promoting to your list. And once you start promoting to the list, that's when it's even easier. So once you've built that momentum, you're unstoppable. So really, the funnel is what allows people like me to take $1 and turn it into $2 through paid advertising. I invest in paid ads, I bring in the people through my funnel, they convert into customers, they buy stuff, and then they buy it from the affiliate campaigns I run, and eventually that dollar turns into $2, plus it builds me an asset and email list. Does that make sense to you guys? Give me a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Okay, cool. Now it'll make even more sense as we go along, because I'll keep showing you more stuff. So another thing that it will allow you to do, a funnel allows you to generate higher conversions, because let's say somebody doesn't want to buy from you right away. Guess what happens? You can pop something in front of them. You can make them opt in, and you can have a second chance offer. You can say, yes, let's try that. Okay, you can do a bunch of stuff. You cannot do that with affiliate funnels, but with your own funnel, you can. Another thing you can do with your own funnels is use coupon codes and have custom order forms, things that allow you to convert better, as well as, of course, offer second chance offers, discounts, and things like that. Now, that's another reason. Now, one of the most important reasons is you end up building a responsive email list, and you end up building that list pretty fast. Because what? Because you're getting quality traffic, and you're able to recoup the quality traffic cost very, very quickly. So you're able to generate not only a list, but a good list, a healthy list. And that's very important for the success of affiliate campaigns, because you can mail one email. I actually done this, mailed one email that to a list of 1,200 people that generated almost a 40% open rate, that generated me $61,000 in sales in a single day. I also done this when I promoted someone else's product for 4 days, and was generating between about $4,000 and $13,000 in commission in a single day for a few days. I mean, that's enough to quite literally cover your bills for probably a couple of months, isn't it? I mean, how many months of everyday living does 13 plus 4 plus 5 plus 9, that's 18, that's 31,000. So $31,000. How many months of day-to-day living does that cover for you? For me, living where I am and living the way I do, that's about, I would say, 2 months. That covers 2 months, because unfortunately I wasn't able to keep my my spending down recently. Been really going out, going out, like not in terms of going out to clubs or anything like that. I'm not a clubber, but just spending money on stupid stuff. But I don't know. For you, it could be what, 6 months, 3 months, 7 months. Somebody wrote here a whole year. Yeah, one campaign covers the whole year. Now, another reason why you're going to be able to build your list so much quicker, and you're going to have an overall much easier time, is because you will not get banned from these PPC networks that don't like affiliate marketers, right? So you basically get a green light to drive your traffic. You're eligible, you're approved, okay? And that's a big deal, because imagine if you're an affiliate and you finally figured something out, and let's say in the unlikely scenario of you driving traffic to an affiliate link, you're actually profitable. Imagine waking up and your account is banned. How many stories have you heard of that happening? How many times has that happened to you? It happens all the time. But with no more compliance issues and ability to recoup your ad spend, you got non-stop quality traffic coming in. You can scale, and you can use new traffic sources. And as a result, you can make a lot more money and build a bigger list and promote affiliate products. So to sum up, the 5 ways that a sales funnel helps you become a super affiliate is: it generates upfront revenue, it generates much higher conversions, it circumvents compliance issues with ad networks, it builds you a large list, often without you losing money out of pocket, or maybe losing a little bit or making a bit of a profit, and it allows you to advertise where other affiliates simply cannot. That's also a great part of it. Like, a lot of the people who you would say compete with me for affiliate promotions, they can't use the same traffic sources that I do, because of the way their funnels is structured, or maybe because they don't have a funnel in the first place. So I win that game before it even starts. So for an average affiliate who does not have a sales funnel, They're locked out of using quality traffic sources because of compliance. They're locked out of using quality traffic sources because quality comes at a price, and they can't recoup the advertising costs fast enough before they run out of money. They're forced to compete with other affiliates who promote the same offer in the same traffic pool. They're not building an email list, and they're not building a quality email list. They don't get a second chance to convert their prospects. They can't optimize their conversions because they don't control the landing pages. Their audience doesn't know, like, and trust them, so they sell less or sell nothing. They're not making any back-end commissions. Bad offers require lots of money to test, which they don't have. And good campaigns aren't scalable for them, or maybe they are before they get knocked off by competition. Because remember, if I'm promoting the same affiliate link as you do, it's very easy for me to simply copy your entire ad. That's it. That's all I have to do. I copy your ad and I'm done. If you're seeing me promote my super funnel, guess what? You can copy my ad all day long. You ain't gonna get the same result. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a quick yes in the chat if that makes sense to you. Yes. All right. So why a basic affiliate funnel is not enough? Well, because simply put, it doesn't do a good job of converting a cold prospect, right? So for all the same reasons that I just listed for why affiliates are locked out, if you're just using a regular basic funnel, all you can hope for is get an opt-in. But the chances of you converting that opt-in are going to be much lower than if you take them through what I call a super funnel. Okay, so let me show you what a super funnel is. Let's go over the super funnel together, step by step. I'll show you exactly at which point what's working, how it's working. So we start out with a webinar registration page. This is important. I found out that for cold traffic, especially from ad networks, a webinar seems to be working the best for me. Not a free report, not a free video, but just a webinar, because it has built-in value. It has, I'm guessing, education value, entertainment value. And so once somebody opts into the webinar, I'm taking them to their webinar registration confirmation page, and I'm also adding them to my email list. That's very important. Now they're on my list. And now not only they're on my list, but they're on my list after having opted into a webinar, which means they know I'm like serious, because that page has my face on it, etc. So when I email them, the response rate is good. Okay, now again, why webinar funnel? Because it has high perceived educational value. It has high perceived authority value, because if you're in a webinar, you're a speaker, you're an educator, you're an author, etc. You control the sales environment. You can bribe them with a gift to attend it, and you deliver the message through video, sound, and text at the same time, while also getting social proof from all the chat, the comments, and the buzz around the webinar. Plus, if you have a good personality, which I want to think that I do, it shines through what you do. It's better than if you were to just have them read a page. You know what I mean? Like you actually get another layer of communication into the mix. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So as a result, by using a webinar funnel, I get more sales from cold traffic than any kind of sales funnel that I've tried before. And that's where the money is, right? Now, the other thing to note is once they're on my list, a couple of things happen. First, they continue to watch the webinar. But even if they don't continue to watch the webinar, I have an email follow-up sequence that will send them a replay to the webinar. Again, in some cases I do a replay, in some cases I don't do a replay. I just give them like a condensed video. But in one way or another, there's a follow-up sequence that continues that communication. Okay, and the follow-up is required, because on average you're looking at about 30 touch points before somebody will commit to you. And I was just looking at the stats last night with Dennis, and he said that on average it takes anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks for somebody to first appear on our radar or to appear on our list until they become a customer. So it does take time, it does take follow-up. Fine. So then on the webinar or after watching the replay, they can decide to buy. And if they buy, that's where I make the first, I guess, batch of money. Plus, when they buy, I will also propose them an upsell so I can make a little bit more money than just the front end cost, right? So if my front end is $197, then I can stick a $497 upsell and increase the average cart value. Now, in this case, for this webinar, it's actually a $997 offer with a $497 upsell. So that's good, right? One sale gets me $1,000 back on my ad spend. That's pretty good. Now, many of the sales, about 40% of them, also take the upsell, which means one sale 4 times out of 10 also produces an extra $500, $497, and that again goes towards what? Towards advertising, towards covering the cost. So as a result, it's becoming a self-paying experience. Again, some months it's self-paying, some months it's only 60% self-paying, some months it's actually self-profiting. It really depends on the month. It really depends on the keyword, the ad, the ad copy. Like things can influence this, but there's a range to this. It's definitely, it beats not having a $997 offer webinar, right? So then once they buy the $997, they get the upsell. And as we know, McDonald's taught all of us, do you want fries with that? As soon as they started offering people fries with their burgers, their profitability skyrocketed and the company started growing like crazy. So by offering an upsell, it's actually, I would say, mandatory in business to stay in business because marketing costs, advertising costs, operational costs are always going up. So that is why I pay for traffic happily, because I recoup my traffic costs fast. So I'm not just throwing money down the hole. I'm throwing money into the ground. I water the seed, if you will, and I'm waiting for that seed to grow. And then once I've got earnings, I put them back into buying more advertising. And that's how I scale. Does that make sense to you so far? Give me 2 in the chat if that makes sense to you. Okay, perfect. Most of you are on board. All right. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. I also, because I sell my own product, get to build what's called a buyer list. And a buyer list is way better than a regular list. A buyer list allows me to send as little as 264 clicks to an offer and walk away with 18 sales with an EPC of $21.86. So I don't need a huge amount of traffic to make huge commissions. That's what a buyer list is to an affiliate marketer. That's been my big fat secret to making really high earnings per click, because I've always put my buyers in the mix. And buyers do what? Buyers buy. I'm a buyer myself, I know. I just recently purchased a $4,000 gaming laptop. Besides a headset, besides a gaming keyboard, besides a bunch of stuff from my daughter as well, besides a bunch of games. Like, a buyer buys. And that's really cool, because when you have buyers on your list, when you run promotions, those promotions can result in really big affiliate commissions, even if you don't have a huge email list. That's very important. Now, the non-buyers also get promotions. Now, the results from non-buyers could not be as impressive. You'll need more traffic to generate big commissions because the conversions will be lower, because these are not buyers. But hey, even $5.86 earnings per click is still pretty good, wouldn't you agree? I mean, do you know many affiliates who can brag about an EPC of almost $6 per click? Nope. You know why? Because they don't have a super funnel. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting, because I figured out a way to multiply my conversions. So let's say somebody lands on my webinar landing page and I say, hey, join my webinar, sign up to the webinar. And they say no, and they want to leave the page. Well, if they want to leave the page, I say, hey, before you go, would you like to see this other webinar I have? Where they can say yes or no. Now, 15% of the time they say yes, and you know what happens? I take them through another similar but different webinar funnel with a different angle, with a different topic, about a different problem, but it's just different. So the only way somebody really leaves empty-handed is if they say no twice. If they don't want to opt into the webinar, and if they don't want to say yes to the exit intent that pops in front of them. So that means I'm maximizing my conversions to the max by stacking these funnels one on top of another. So here's why this super funnel made me a top 1% super affiliate. And it's the weirdest stuff about it. It's like a backwards funnel, if you will, because it did it backwards. It doesn't promote any affiliate offers up front. It involves an automated webinar. It follows up relentlessly, all three things that no affiliate usually does, right? It makes front end and back end sales for me. It builds me an email list while putting money in my pocket. Again, this is true most of the time. Sometimes I lose a little bit of money up front, and I'm fine with that because I'll make it back when I promote affiliate products. It builds me a buyer email list, and it is self-funding. So once I built my momentum, I just keep going, keep going, keep going. Just don't stop. Just don't stop. Even if I had a bad month and conversions were down that month, which happened, by the way, around three quarters of into the first year of the pandemic, it kind of dipped, but still, it recovered, came back. People got their stimulus checks or something, and conversions went back up. So now you know what a super funnel is, right? There's just one problem. While anyone can own a super funnel, you can only really own a super funnel when you've mastered all the following. Now tell me, just honestly, you're on this call right now, you're interested in affiliate marketing. How many of the following 35 items on this list have you mastered? So type in how many items on the list you've mastered, and how many years you've been involved in this. I want to see this. I want to actually see if any of you guys have these skills, and if anyone here has all the skills required, because I've mastered all of these, literally all of these, and only after I did, I was able to produce such a beast. So let's see. Okay, I'm getting lots of zeros in the chat. So Richard says 0 in 6 years. Joseph says hardly any. Ken says 3. David says 3. Marcus says nope, none. Wade has 5. Nice. Jabril says 18 or so. Not bad. Jabril, how long have you been online? Spencer says none of them. Charles says 0 over 5 years. AJ says 4. Sam says all but 5 or 6. Okay, so Sam, how long have you been online to master all these? Julie says 0. Steven 0. Joe 0. Interesting. So Saba says can do most but never did them all at once. Jabril says 13 years. So Jabril mastered almost all of them in 13 years, and Sam, who also mastered many of these, 15 years. Moon 0. Paul none. Mackenzie 0. Michael says 20 plus in 26 years. This is crazy, isn't it? Like, who said affiliate marketing was fast and easy? Man, it's not. It's really not. So to build a funnel like this, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I truly believe anyone can, but few will, because you have to master all of these. That's just a lot of work. And there's also one more thing. Anyone can own a super funnel when they invest in the following: a copywriter, a web designer, a web developer, WordPress stuff, email autoresponders, processing fees, customer support staff that you got to train, a bunch of writers and content creators, voiceover artists to create audio content, actors to appear on video for you, video production team to actually produce your videos, ongoing maintenance over time, and a bunch of other stuff, not to mention the legal stuff. My investment, again, I can't speak for other people, but my investment into all this so far for this one super funnel has been somewhere between $250,000 and $3 million. At some point, I just stopped counting because I know it's paying me back for all this stuff. But over the last 7 years or so, or even going as far as, maybe even going as far as maybe 10, 12 years when I started, like the investment I put in, not counting coaching, not counting consulting, all the software I buy every day just to maintain this stuff, it's just a ton of money. A ton of money. And also, there's a reason why I asked how many years it took you to figure it out, to those of you who did, because figuring it out does take a lot of time. I don't think we've had less than 13 years from all the people who commented in the chat. So it makes you wonder, can an average person really do it? I sincerely believe that if they apply themselves, they can. Because I am average, and I'm sure the people who commented in the chat that they have figured it out are also average. Okay, maybe with a few exceptions. I know for myself that I'm definitely average. But will they? Probably not. Will a non-technical person try to figure out how to build a sales funnel as soon as they installed WordPress? In fact, as soon as they have to go into their HostGator cPanel, they'll lose their shit and they'll throw that computer out the window. Can a busy person like a mom or a stay-at-home dad do it? Probably not. I mean, most probably can't, because they'll have to do it late nights after the kids went to bed, and that's going to be a challenge. Can an older person do it? Like, let's say you're all right, you can figure things out, you have the time, but you're like 65, 70, maybe 75. Can you really do it? Like, do you have the mental stamina anymore to do it? Can you overcome the brain fog and things like that? They're just normal in that age? Probably not. Can an overwhelmed person do it? Because that's what most people are these days. They're overwhelmed with the non-stop amount of information and stuff that's being thrown at them online. The truth is, again, my experience has been that most people can't. Most people can't, not because they cannot like figure it out, but because they just won't do it. It's just too much. Okay, and I'll prove it to you, by the way, with some actual statistics. So everyone's probably here familiar with ClickFunnels, right? If you're not familiar with ClickFunnels, it's basically a software that's supposed to make your funnel building easy, right? So you basically drag and drop a few things to build a funnel. Now, quick disclaimer before I continue. ClickFunnels did not approve this message. They do not endorse me, and I do not endorse them. They may or may not agree with what I say here. I did pull out some facts and some quotes, but I make no claims about ClickFunnels, okay, as a sales funnel building solution. And if you want to use it, then do your own due diligence. And what I say here is basically my opinion, okay? And I do this because ClickFunnels is a huge company, and I don't want to get in trouble. But here's the statistic that I was able to pull out based on what they were posting on the internet about their members. So as you know, if you know what ClickFunnels are, you know that they give out the 2 Comma Club Award, which is an award that you get if your sales funnel produced more than $1 million. So guess what? If your funnel produced more than $1 million and you get this award, then if I look at the total number of people who received that award from the total number of people who use ClickFunnels to build funnels, which is not everyone in the world who builds funnels, but at least that's a big number. What I will be able to know is how likely an average person to build a funnel. So here's what I found out. According to my own research, as well as by basically watching Russell Brunson's videos and following ClickFunnels, subscribing to their email list and watching their statistics and websites, etc., out of 100,000 ClickFunnels users, there are just 728 2 Comma Club members. Now, does that sound like a lot to you? It sounds like a lot, right? But it doesn't sound like a lot when you realize it's 0.72% of all ClickFunnels members. That's less than 0.8%. That's less than 1% of total of the people who signed up to ClickFunnels. I think that includes both paid members and free members, lifetime, but still, lifetime number of people who are able to build $1 million super funnel is only 728 with ClickFunnels, and that means it's really low. What does that mean? That means to me is that the average person doesn't do it. Maybe they can, but they don't do it. Which leaves me with two choices. Choice number one, take the IKEA route and teach you how to build this super funnel for yourself. And you know what? I've done this for many, many years, and it's been somewhat successful. In fact, I know what's going to happen next. For some people who I will teach, for a handful of people who I will teach, this is what's going to happen. What's going to happen is what happened to KJ Mace from Nottingham. He was working full-time, going away from home for 2 weeks at a time, with his wife, Megan, staying home with their boys, William and George. And he was frustrated. He didn't want to work that job anymore, but he couldn't, of course, quit because he needed the money. So he approached me and asked me to help him to become an internet marketer, which of course I proceeded to do. I taught him affiliate marketing. I taught him how to build a sales funnel. And that's what he did. He built himself a proper super funnel. Now, again, he still went to work. He did it after work. He did it in his spare time. He would basically became obsessed about doing that. We spent also lots of time on the phone where I coached him through it and taught him through it. And the results he got are pretty incredible. In fact, what I want to do, I want him to share these results with you by playing a video, if you don't mind. So what I'll do is I will turn on the video right now. Once it starts playing, by the way, just type in the chat if you can see it and hear it, okay, just so I know.
My name's KJ Mays. I'm from the UK, in Nottingham, and I live with Megan, my partner, and our two little boys, William and George. Before I connected with Igor, I was in a job which I really didn't enjoy. The job was in construction. I was working 2 to 3 weeks at a time away from home. The worst part about it all was that I was leaving Megan at home, who at the time was heavily pregnant with our first child, Williams. Not being able to get home for 3 weeks, knowing that she's at home struggling away, made me feel extremely guilty. And I just felt like I was letting her down. I was missing Megan, I was missing my family. I just needed to get out of this job and see some sort of success.
Hi Igor, this is Celeste.
I'd seen a lot of testimonials posted by Igor's students, and I could see the success they were having.
But when I spoke with you on the phone, Igor, I could tell just how genuine you were and that you really wanted to, get me to that next level.
I didn't know where to go. I had my back against the wall. Igor Heifetz showed up and took me by the hand and just walked me towards the light.
I did quite a lot of deep research because I was extremely skeptical, but I knew it was time to start making things happen. So I jumped on a call with Igor. He answered my questions. He was concerned about my situation. Igor helped me set up a list building business, which requires me to work on it 30 minutes to an hour a day. And not only is it consistent, it's extremely scalable.
Hey KJ, how you doing, brother?
What's up, bro? How's things?
I'm just stoked. I mean, really, I'm proud. I'm just super proud of you, man.
Based on the success I've had within the coaching from Igor, I've actually managed to get a deposit together for a brand new family home, and that's made me feel extremely proud that I've been able to do that for us. There's far less stress, there's no tension anymore. We're a really happy family. Reaching out to Igor was definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
All right, I'm switching back to my slides, if I can get it to work, of course. Okay, how about now? Can you guys see my my screen now? Okay, cool, fantastic. So you see, the guy put in the work, was able to buy a brand new family home with quote unquote internet money, walk away from his job. Everything's great, right? However, if you want the truth, it's this. KJ is a minority. If I take all the people who ever got exposed to my teachings on how to build funnels, how to build a list, etc., I'll be honest, only if I share with you that most of them did not build a list and did not build a super funnel and did not follow through. KJ is one of the few who did. Now, usually whoever does gets great results, but those are the minority because it's just really hard on every level. So option number 2, I can just let you copy my super funnel. That. Which option would you prefer? 1 or 2? 1, build it yourself, potentially years of hard work, paying me for my coaching, of course, because that requires my time, or just copy my super funnel. So give me 1 or 2 in the chat. 2 being copy the super funnel. Okay, so just I thought most of you would prefer just copy it. All right. Look, I can do that for you. I couldn't before. I didn't know how to do this, but I figured out how. The question to you is, who wants $7,334,157.97 super funnel? Type me in the chat if you want. Who wants to use the same super funnel that turned me into a super affiliate in recent years? Who wants the super funnel that's making me $8,034 a day? Who wants the super funnel that's making me $9,291 a day in affiliate commissions? Who wants the super funnel that's building me a big responsive email list every single day? Who wants the super funnel that's generating quality traffic on autopilot for me using traffic sources other affiliate marketers can't even use? In other words, who wants to build their own responsive email list? Who wants to advertise where other affiliates cannot advertise? Who wants to convert more visitors? Who wants to recoup their ad spend faster? Who wants to scale faster without any of these, without investing this much, or going out there and building this or buying this, without learning any of these skills, without buying all this stuff and more? What if I even let you copy all my email sequences and automations and install them for you? All of my downsells and second chance offers too. And what if I give you the traffic sources that I use to promote this $7.3 million super funnel and more? What if I let you copy my successful affiliate promotions that have made me as much as $157,000 in affiliate commissions with unusually high earnings per click, as much as $59 per click? And this is really important though. I'm not asking if you'd like me to coach you how to build a super funnel like I did for KJ, for example. I'm not proposing to build you a similar or but different funnel. I'm not saying, hey, I built this for myself, let me build you one as well. And this is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, would you like me to use this exact super funnel that I've already optimized and tested with hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend? This exact one. Type yes in the chat if you want the funnel. Let me see who's typing in the chat. Okay, so we got Larry says, are you joking, right? Larry, Richard, Jim, Jabril, Ken, Obi, Glenn, Saba, Charles, David, Wade, AJ, Alan, Gengal, Mackenzie, Spencer, Joe, Ridjuan, Moond. All right. No one else, really? Nobody else. Oh, here we go. Tasha, Marcus, Julie, Justin, Barry, Scott, They keep coming. All right, if I keep reading, I'll just end up, the whole webinar is going to be about reading your names. So, okay, I'll share with you how to do that in just a sec. First, I want to answer the question, why give out my golden goose? So the logic dictates and typical thinking dictates, hey, if you got something that makes you money, don't share it with anyone, right? Just keep it to yourself. Well, because I've been teaching people how to build their own sales funnel for so long, and I know that most people don't want to go through with the work, I found this to be a really good solution for these people. Plus, this funnel, remember, this funnel promotes me, my products and my services, right? It has my face, my name all over it. So even if I allow you to use it and you keep the money, I still benefit. And you know what? Even if, in some bizarre way, it somehow hurts my earnings, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build the next funnel. I'm going to stack another offer into the funnel. I have full control over this stuff. So I'm not afraid to let go of my golden goose. But at the same time, I just can't help myself because I've been in the business of helping people make money for so long, and I just got so frustrated that, I give them what they need. You know what I mean? Like somebody shows up and they say, I want to make money, and I give them what they need and they just don't do it. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of telling somebody to build a funnel only to hear moaning in return or have that person just disappear off my radar completely. But I get it now. It's very hard. So I've created this shortcut specifically for people who would like that. Now, at this point, there's two types of people on this call. One type, they're just a few people, a minority, is basically a skeptic, saying that anyone claiming they want to help me make money online is a scammer, is a cheat. And you know what? I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. If you need me to convince you of this, you probably ain't going to find any value on the rest of this call. And I really hope you've learned something here and you can use what I taught you today to go and make money for yourself. However, the other type of people, most people in this call, are the buyers, are the action takers who just say, Igor, shut up and take my money. Show me where can I get the funnel, right? So if you're one of those people, I would like to share with you how you can get a copy of this funnel. But first, some ground rules, okay? Some ground rules. Before you can request a copy of the super funnel, and it will be by request only, I'm not going to let just anyone use it. You need to understand and agree to the following. This is not a free service or a charity. This requires a financial investment because it's worth it and because I worked my butt off to build this super funnel. And whatever I'm going to charge for it will be insignificant compared to what I've invested or what you have had invested were you to try and do it on your own. Okay, if we assume you would actually follow through and build one for yourself, which for 99% of you on this call is not the case. So type in agree for each point. So 1, agree, 2, agree. So 1, not a free service. 2, I will not release a copy of my super funnel to just anyone. It has my face, my brand, my address, my phone number, my email all over it. I will not let crazy people go around using it. And that's an obvious reason. I hope you understand that. So you will be vetted, and I will give priority to my existing clients first, people I have a relationship with. Okay. Another thing is you're paying for the ads or traffic yourself. When you promote the funnel, the traffic money comes out of your pocket. I'm giving you my funnel. I'll copy this funnel for you. You won't have to do anything technical. It'll just be yours. You can just start running it. But the ads are yours. The way you get traffic is up to you. Whether you get it for free or as paid, you are responsible for traffic. And finally, the super funnel is a tool. I am making a commitment to maintain it, to keep it up to date, okay? And to continue to improve it, even add income streams to it as I develop them. But I make no guarantees about it making you money. I want it to be clear. I make no guarantees of anyone making the same less or more money or any money at all with this funnel for obvious legal and logical reasons. If you require a guarantee of any kind from here onwards, it's probably not for you. Okay. Now, with that in mind, again, if any of this doesn't work for you, leave. Seriously, this is non-negotiable terms. It's my funnel. As Judge Dredd says, I am the law in this case, so I am the law in this tiny little universe, and that's how we're going to play it. So the next step, if you want to get this funnel, is to talk on the phone with either me or a member of my team. And you're probably thinking, Igor, no, do I really have to do this? Do we really have to do this? Yes, we really have to do this, because if we have a relationship, that's great. We'll use that time to talk and to, bring you up to speed about what this is and how this works and what pages you get and which traffic sources I'll give you, etc. And if not, then this is the opportunity for us to get to know each other. So you'll tell me about you. We'll tell you about us. If you're talking to a member of my team, he'll tell you about us. Or if you're talking to me, then I'll tell you about me and us. Basically, this is required. Now, the one thing you should know about me is that I am a stay-at-home dad, and I take this job seriously. I homeschool my kids. I'm a devoted husband, and I also do my best to go all in, to give it all to my family, so it leaves little time to conduct phone interviews. And that means I have to be really careful not to let any tire kickers in, because the internet is full of people who go around collecting offers, information. They just go around collecting stuff like professional collectors, you know what I mean? Professional browsers. And they never act on anything, never do anything, never buy anything, never really execute anything. These are the same people, by the way, who tell us that, hey, I'm really serious about making money from home and starting a business. Yeah, how long have you been trying to do this? For 10 years. Really? Okay, cool. Well, join this coaching program for $500 and we'll show you our blueprint. Yeah, no, maybe later. So these are the people whose talking doesn't match their walking. So I don't want any tire kickers. Okay? No tire kickers for me. So I'm going to do what I need to do to scare them away. And over the years, what I've found is that a refundable, again, the keyword refundable, $100 deposit of $100, a deposit of $100, that's a refundable deposit, is enough to scare all the tire kickers who will not part with $100 even if it's refundable. Okay, so once you submit the $100 deposit, and I'll share with you in a sec how it works, you will then get on a free strategy session over Zoom. And if it's a good fit, if you like what it is, if you like the price, if you like the setup, if everything is looking good to you, great. And of course, if everything's looking good to us, remember, we have to vet you as well, because you're using my brand, my name, my information, my funnels, my products. Then we'll get you started immediately. If, however, it's not a good fit, we'll part ways, united in mutual respect. You get your deposit back, and that's it. In case it is a good fit, that deposit could be applied to the fee, or you can ask for it back and pay the whole fee instead. So it's really up to you. Doesn't matter to us. And just for applying and speaking to either me or a member of my team, we'll give you a gift, a campaign where I show and explain how I made $98,000 in 7 days promoting an affiliate offer and completely dominating an affiliate promotion. Okay, so I really want you to understand the deposit is to scare off the tire kickers. It doesn't make you or otherwise force you to commit to anything. It's only to separate you from people who are going to be wasting my time or the time of the members of my team. There's no commitment on this or no pressure. It's pure discovery. Do we have a deal? So give me a deal in the chat if we have a deal. And if it's no deal, then type in no deal in the chat, and you may leave the call, because from here on out, again, you will not find value in this. So deal or no deal? Let me see. Okay, so the deal is happening. Glenn, Ken, Rebecca, Julie, Charles, Tasha, Jabril, Putnam, Larry, Marcus, Elaine, Renesha, Amanda, Saba, Bimguda, I hope I pronounced your name right, Bob, Andrew, Simon, Paul, Wade, Obi. Awesome. Perfect. So if it's a deal, then what you need to do is this. You need to go to igor.cx/funnel right now. And once you go to igor.cx/funnel, again, don't wait for me to like finish the webinar. Okay, if you want this, you should go, because there will be a limit on this. I'll get to it in a minute, but there will be a limit on how many funnels I will release, and you want to be the first in line. Otherwise, you can just get locked out. So you go to igor.cx/funnel. You will see an application form that you'll need to fill out. You'll fill it out. It's real quick. Just some questions. Shouldn't take you long, about maybe 3 minutes. Then you'll be prompted to submit a refundable deposit. It will state that it's a refundable deposit on the form. And once you've submitted, you will be then given instructions on how to schedule a Zoom call. And everybody knows what Zoom is, right? A Zoom call so we can chat. Okay? Now, again, the purpose of the conversation, the purpose of the talk is just a straightforward discovery and yes or no. In other words, not a maybe. So you're coming on the call, just be ready to make a decision. It's fine if you make a decision that is not to get a copy of the funnel. That's perfectly fine, but a decision nevertheless. A maybe will be translated as a no, and we'll just move on to the next person in line. Okay? Now, what I promise you is this. This will not be a Wolf of Wall Street style high-pressure sales call like you've seen in that movie. This is going to be a conversation, discovery call. You will not find anyone high-pressuring you or trying to, quote-unquote, close you. In fact, if at any point you feel like that, please ask for the deposit back and walk away. Okay? If you feel pressured or whatever, just walk away. You'll get the deposit back immediately. That's my promise to you. I'm making that promise on camera or on video, right? So you can hold me accountable to it. Okay? Now, remember, you're not applying for coaching about building a funnel. You're not applying for requesting me to build you a funnel. You're applying to get a copy of my existing super funnel that I've been perfecting, that's already working, that I've tested. Because every affiliate marketer who wants to be successful needs a funnel, and most people just don't do it themselves. But people who build the funnel, affiliates who build themselves a funnel, become successful. Like my friend David Deacle here, for example, just a very interesting story. A guy who used to struggle with affiliate marketing for a long, long time until I literally taught him how to build a super funnel. Since then, been making money literally on demand. In fact, let me show you a case study, another video, where he's going to be explaining exactly the results he got himself. So I'm going to pull up his video, and I'm going to fire it up, and you tell me if you can see it. Hey, this is Igor Kafetz, and this is my friend David D.
I remember it was close to the end of the year, and I was on the Warrior Forum. For some reason, somehow I ended up there. And I was just going through different different threads and stuff, and I came across this guy's thread, and I started looking at it, and I saw a whole bunch of people, and what was really cool was the fact that it wasn't any particular type of a person there. And what I mean by that is this. I saw people that looked exactly like me, my age, my kind of background, 30-plus-year-old. I also saw females that were over 50 years old. I also saw kids that were 19 years old. I saw a whole variety of people, and I was like, wow, like this must be something different, because if it works for working for all these people, it might work for me too. So I decided to kind of take the next step and we got on the phone and you started explaining things to me and how it works. And honestly, like, I know what I'm gonna say right now is not gonna make sense, but it was too good to be true. Out of fear, out of sheer fear, I did not join. And that was a huge, if there was ever a mistake I have ever made online, that was it right there, that I told this guy no. Yeah, and a year later, after going through, again, more failure, more trying more things, failing more and more and more, out of literally sheer desperation, I was on the Warrior Forum again, kind of browsing, looking for the next, I don't know, $7 product to buy or whatever. Another magic trick, another hidden, bag of tricks to kind of open up and see something that as soon as I download whatever was there, I go on and buy the next thing. But I ended up on his page again, and what was different this time was from the last time I spoke to him until the next time I spoke to him was a whole year, and I noticed that in that year he had more case studies. So then we got connected again, and I think it was the shortest conversation you probably ever had.
Yeah, but I was skeptical, I'll be honest with you. It's like, again, this guy applies?
Right.
It's like, I was just curious to hear what you were gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
And I did quote him double the price.
Yeah. And to me, even though it didn't matter at that point.
So in the first month you made $1,500. The second month you made I think $4,200 or $4,400. But the third one you already made $7,000 that month.
Third month I already reached 12,000 plus.
Yeah, your list was growing like crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. I couldn't believe how fast it was growing. By the end of that year, I think my highest month was over $27,000.
Okay, I'm gonna bring back my screen. Okay, do you guys see my screen or not? You should be, right? Okay, great. So we had a few questions come in the chat in the meantime, and I want to address some of them. So first off, I see a question. Actually, before I do, I just want to put this up on screen. So because everything he shared is can be a little bit like a lot. So here's some specifics about the results he's got. This is a guy who didn't use my super funnel. He built one for himself from scratch after years of struggling with affiliate marketing under my guidance. And then in the first 90 days, he generated almost $17,000, walked away from his day job, and built himself a list of, I think, 12 or 17,000 people. So it's been pretty good for him. Since then, like I said, he's just been dominating. Just a consistent performance of a super affiliate, and David's been making money on demand. In fact, I spoke to him a couple of days ago on Telegram, and he said he's officially retired. The guy's only like 35 or 36. It's like, dude, what do you mean you're retired? Yeah, but my guess is he's gonna come back in 6 to 12 months or so, and build a new funnel. But that's a wild guess. Okay. Point being is that almost no one is willing to do the work. So that's why I created a shortcut. I know how to do this. I teach other people how to do this, but for the people on this call right now, the key is that I'm not going to teach you how to do this. I'm actually going to give you my funnel. And this is where I want to address some questions. So first question I see is, how is this different from promoting an affiliate offer? That's actually a good question. So the way it's different is that the affiliate offer doesn't even come close to this. First off, you're building your own list, and you're building your own list, which is something that affiliate programs do not allow you to do, with a proper qualification and branding. And then once you email the list as well, you're not just a random person out of nowhere, right? They know who you are because I'm allowing you to co-brand yourself with me. That's a big deal. Plus, I don't know about other products, but I know how my products convert. Again, I make no guarantees, but I can look at my stats and I can see the conversions I'm getting, and I can work on them, I can optimize them, I can improve them. Most affiliate programs, you just get a website the same way it was created by the creator of the website, 5 years prior to it. No one's like continuing to optimize anything. So you're not building a list, you're not promoting the best possible, the best optimized offer. You don't have multiple sources of income, right? Because with this one, you got a front end offer and you got an upsell. So by the time you're promoting affiliate offers, it's not like the first thing you're promoting to the subscribers. Plus, the funnel comes with emails, sequences, trigger sequences, like somebody who attended the webinar or somebody who bought something from the webinar, etc. So it's definitely way more than just an affiliate link. Way, 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 way more than just an affiliate link. Way more. Now, another question. Does this work with a pre-existing sales funnel? Can it be used to pre-sell my funnel? No, it's a standalone, on its own 2 feet kind of funnel. So, but if you want to promote your funnel, you can. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either build your own list with your own funnel and promote this funnel to your list, or you can build your list with this funnel and promote your funnel to this list you're building. So you can do it that way, but you can't combine them as like a pre-sale. That will not work. Okay, how much okay? So how much is it going to cost? So when you talk to either me or a member of my team, we'll tell you how much it's going to cost, and there's also going to be a couple of, if you will, options for this. Okay. So also somebody asked about a payment plan. Look, I'm not a big fan, but I'm also a realist. So it's basically something that's going to be left up for discussion with either myself or a member of my team when you talk to us, because the first thing you got to do is you got to make sure we like you. We got to make sure you're not, we don't think you're a crazy person. We have to feel comfortable to let you use this asset I've built, and that will be way before we talk about price. What I can promise you is this: it's going to be priced at a fraction of a fraction of what I've invested into building this thing. And you know what? If you don't feel the price is reasonable, okay, I'll just say it like that. If you don't feel that the price that I put on this is reasonable, don't buy. Okay, as simple as that. If you don't feel it's reasonable, just say, oh, I don't feel it's reasonable, and just walk away. As simple as that. As simple as that. Now, on the other hand, if you're somebody who's worried about applying because you're not sure whether you can afford the price, then you should not apply. And here's why. Because people who are worried about not being able to afford a price are usually not really the kind of students or clients that I have success working with, because they kind of judge. So they judge opportunities based on the price they cost, instead of looking at the price of either not acting on the opportunity or looking at the true value of the asset they're buying. So when I look at my super funnel, I see millions of dollars. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to charge you something for it, as long as it's less than that, or maybe hundreds of thousands of times less than that, it's an amazing price. But if you don't see that value after what I showed you here, then probably, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't apply, because a lot of people do, and there's going to be plenty of people who'd want a copy of this funnel anyway. So maybe it's not for you. I don't know. Okay, another question, interesting. I'm worried that the copy paste will not be as easy as it sounds. Interesting. Well, the thing is, there will be no copy paste on your part because I just copy it for you and install it for you on your own domain inside your autoresponder. If you don't have one, you'll just sign up for one and I'll set it up. So there's no copy and paste. I don't know what you mean. Like you don't actually go and take all my page files. It's not how it's going to work. Okay, as far as traffic, I will be giving you my traffic source. I'll be sharing with you how I drive traffic so you can do the same. In fact, I'll be sharing with you a Rolodex of sources that you can use as well as soon as like today. So traffic will not be an issue for you. Now, somebody says, can I have a copy of your funnel and study it? Well, you could find it online, but no, I'm not going to just send you a copy of my funnel so you can study it. No, you have to work for it. Okay, what else? Somebody says, still unsure what the offer is. Well, the offer is you get an exact copy of my super funnel and sequences and everything. So how else do I put it? I don't know. If you need more clarification, maybe you can ask a better question. Okay, so what is it? Do I just send traffic to your funnel? Well, it's your funnel technically, because it's going to be on your domain. You're going to be in control of it. It's going to be basically properly set up as your own, co-branded with me. So yeah, technically you just get a funnel and you just start sending traffic to the funnel. The sequences will already be set up. You'll be building a list, and then you just promote affiliate offers to the list, which of course I'll teach you how to do. Someone else says, I want to join your list building lifestyle club. Is this the same thing, or can I still join the club? So you don't, if you are getting into this, you will actually get 12 months in the club for free, which I'll get to in a minute. So if you want to join the club and you want this, you only need to get this, and you don't need to like go and sign up for the club. We'll sign you up internally. Okay, one more. Is this PDF modules and videos? No. I mean, how, guys, in how many different ways do I need to say this? You get a copy of my funnel, like a proper website and emails and everything installed for you. It's not, you know, here's a PDF of the funnel, go copy it. No, no, not like that. Okay, perfect. So we'll do more Q&A a little bit later, because I still have some things to cover. So look, this funnel, the reason it's so awesome for me is because it created and continues to create multiple streams of income. And even if one income stream dips, there are other income streams to take up its place. That's why I'm continuously able to like just produce all the time and have the confidence that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to figure out the money situation if I need to. Okay. And the beautiful part about this specific program is that you don't need to quit your day job but put your life on pause for this. So you will not be required to now go, quote unquote, study funnels. You'll just get a funnel and you'll be able to start promoting it right away using automated paid traffic sources I'm going to show you how to use. Okay. So you don't have to quit your job, or you don't have to like put your life on hold or nothing like that. If you're a busy individual and you have a life going on, this will be a lifesaver for you, literally, because all the other programs, I bet, you found to be very time consuming. Okay? Because your number one job as an affiliate marketer, which is the way, I guess, it's been presented to you since you started in affiliate marketing, was just get traffic, right? But that wasn't true because you didn't have a funnel. But once you have a funnel, that's really your number one job. Get quality traffic. And that job can be automated. And I show you how to automate it inside. So I install the funnel for you. The funnel I give you. I install the emails for you. The sequence is everything. You just have to drive the traffic. And once the list starts growing and people went through their sequences and stuff, if you want to promote additional products, you just promote additional products. With a super funnel, driving traffic is really easy. It becomes easy because you can use the sources that are unavailable to other affiliates that are all automated. Okay. And once traffic is easy, scaling it is easy as well because of the way super funnel is built. Automating it is easy. And if it's easy and automated and scalable, guess what happens to your income? It becomes easy, automated, and scalable as well, right? That's the logic. You got the funnel. The funnel is the thing that turns clicks into subscribers and subscribers into customers. That's what it's designed to do. All right? That's the primary goal of the funnel. Cool. Now, again, get this. You can unlock traffic sources with this. So if you grab a ClickBank affiliate link, you cannot go to Google AdWords or Facebook ads. You'll get banned. Okay? But if you grab a super funnel that's co-branded with me, it's already been vetted and proven, and it works on these networks, guess what? It's vetted, it's proven, it's good. You don't have to worry about compliance and stuff like that. And you will not have to worry about competition, because your competition cannot use any of these traffic sources to grow their businesses. But you can, because you have this asset now. So your job becomes to buy traffic, recoup the investment, and reinvest. That's what I've been doing for a long, long time. Now, if you're wondering, why not do it yourself? Again, it's very simple. You can. I'm not saying you cannot do it yourself. I'm saying you can. You totally can do it yourself. In fact, we have people on this call who did it. I showed you some case studies of people who did it. I'll show you some more as we go along. But at what cost? You can, yes, but how long and how much you're willing to suffer to achieve that outcome? And again, I use the word suffer for drama, but basically work and time and sweat and blood and tears. How much of it are you willing to invest to build something like this? Because it's going to take time, it's going to take money, it's going to take effort to figure this out, a lot of effort. There's going to be a very steep learning curve for you to figure something like this out. Or would you rather take a shortcut? Now, I can already see a few people who took a shortcut. Let me pull up some data here. I see Rebecca. I'm just kind of flipping through my phone. Jabril. Who else we got here? Okay, we got, who else? Amanda. Yep. I'm just kind of, man, they're coming in fast. Ellen or Elaine, I guess. Glenn. Okay, we got a bunch of people coming in. Awesome. Now remember, guys, I said there is a hard limit on this. So if you want this shortcut, apply right away, okay? But point being is that, would you like a shortcut rather than having to master it yourself and take years and years and years? Remember, we had people post in the chat earlier, 13 years, 20 years. That's how long it takes them to master this stuff. I've been in the game for well over 12 years. I've mastered it faster, I guess, maybe about 5 or 6, but it wasn't until I was 7 or even 8 years in the game that I finally figured out what a super funnel looks like. I had great funnels, but not super funnels. And I'm going to bring up Russell Brunson again, the co-founder and CEO of ClickFunnels. And again, a disclaimer, he doesn't know about this message, doesn't review this message or approve of it or otherwise. They don't endorse me and I don't endorse them. I offer no opinion here. I'm just pulling information that I was able to find on the internet that he stated. And Russell Brunson likes to say that you're just one funnel away from being rich. He has a whole interview about it and conducted a whole seminar about it, actually. Now, this is one of those things with which I agree, because one funnel can truly make a difference. My first funnel put me on the map. It allowed me to finally start making some decent commissions. It didn't make me, quote unquote, rich. Like I didn't become a millionaire. The first year, I believe I made 120,000. Like the first year that I had a funnel, I made 120,000. The second year, I think 270. And it took me a few years before I crossed $1 million a year. However, last year, I brought in over $4 million. And you know why? Because I just keep building funnels, guys. I mean, traffic goes into funnel, funnel builds list, funnel also produces sales. The money I make from the sales, I put back into more traffic. In the meantime, I promote offers to the list to make more money, to either take it towards my bills, or which of course at this point I don't really take much money out at all because I have enough, because if I would, I'd be paying so much more in taxes. But basically, keep growing, self-funding, self-growing. So it's like a self-feeding monster, if you will. all started, by the way, with one funnel many years ago. And I just continue to do this. So, and this is, by the way, if you ask me, what do I do on the daily basis? Two things. I optimize my funnels until they're optimized, at which point I leave them alone for a little while. And then I send traffic, so my list grows. That's my job. Like so if you ever wondered about, like, a lot of times people who know me, with whom I hang out, every now and again, like when I tell them, hey, I'm gonna host a webinar today, for example, every now and again they say things like, look, dude, I still don't know what you do. And how can I explain to them what I do unless they have some background knowledge of affiliate marketing? I really can't. But right? You understand me. So the job is this. Make sure you got a funnel and drive traffic to it all day long, as much as you can. That's the job. Once you've got the list going, man, just promote offers to the list. Right. So we got another question here. Somebody who got in late, and they say that they already have Elite Affiliate Pro, whether they need this or not. Well, it really depends. And of course, the reason you don't know is because you are late. So perhaps what you could do is perhaps you could contact us for a replay so you can make that decision, but it may be too late by then because the spots will be out. Basically, what this is I'm giving you a copy of my super funnel so you can build your own business as your own, co-branded with me, rather than just focus on building a list with affiliate products. And all the benefits of this, I just spent a good hour and 20 minutes describing, so I'm not going to go back for that. So you want to stay until the end and kind of see if you like what you see, great. If not, then hopefully next time you won't be late. So for me, a super funnel or any kind of funnel that works is an asset, because in and of itself, it's an asset into which I can drive advertising, but also it's building me an email list, which is an incredible asset because it's one of the highest converting sources of traffic that anyone can wish for. In fact, it converts about 9 times more often than social media and produces buyers who spend about 20 times more money on average than social media buyers. So what this means is that if you have 1,000 email subscribers, you stand to make 20 times more money than 1,000 Instagram followers or 1,000 Facebook likes. In other words, let me put it in a different perspective. Imagine you own a shoe store, and pandemic is over, and people are allowed to go into the stores now. And you have two types of people that come in to your store on a daily basis. One type of people comes in, looks at your stuff, looks at your merchandise, tells you how much they like your merchandise, and buy a really cheap item for $1 once every 9 visits. And then you got another type of customers. We'll call them customer type B. Now, the B type customer buys 9 times out of 9. So out of 9 times that they come in, they buy 9 times. And when they buy something, it's not $1, it's $20. So they not only spend money with you 9 times more often, but they spend 20 times more money per every single one of these times. So tell me, which type of prospect, type in the chat, which type of prospect would you like to frequent your store? Type A, that buys once every 9 visits and spends $1 per transaction, or type B, that comes in, buys 9 times out of 9 and spends $20 per transaction. I mean, if you have any common sense, your answer is B, right? Well, that's the difference, statistical difference between email and social network. Now, the good thing is this. Look, organic search converts even better than email according to this study, right? If you can actually rank, which is, for me, it's impossible. I mean, it's so difficult. I'm not even trying. Direct is when somebody already knows about your business. Like, for example, I'm an Apple fanboy. So when they got the new iPhone coming out, guess what? I don't need to go to someone's email list. I'll just go directly to apple.com, right? So that's the direct, and that's the best traffic source. So when somebody knows who you are and they trust you, that's the best possible traffic source you can hope for. But then number 2 on this list that converts about twice better than email, according to this study, right? That delivers buyers that spend a significant amount of money is paid search. Number 2 on the list. Guess what is paid search? Paid search is PPC. And I'll show you in a minute how one of the people who I've earlier let copy the super funnel is now using paid search to generate leads with this super funnel. Okay? But as a reminder, I want to say this. The primary quote unquote weapon of influence that I use, the primary source of income, the primary source of sales, the primary way of conversions, the primary way of getting sales for me, pre-social media, post-social media, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, is email. Email still delivers the highest ROI on the ad spend, period. Nothing tops that. Nothing tops that. And email combined with a webinar, for example, like I do in the super funnel, where it's an automated webinar combined with email, man, it's awesome. It's just good, because an email list is what makes super affiliates like me. You see, this is a contest where I ranked top 5. So I actually ranked number 2 out of 5. So all the people on that list, you know how they got on the top of the network, like on the top of the contest there? An email list. All of them, without exception. Even Jono Armstrong got there thanks to the email list, although he's a YouTube guy. And if you don't know how to make money with your list, this I will show you. Teach you I will, in the words of the old wise Yoda. So once you have the funnel and you're driving the traffic, you can then take that hour a day or 30 minutes per day to learn how to email your list, right? Because then all that technical stuff, all that copywriting stuff, all that stuff is out of the way. It's not overwhelming. You're not bogged down by setting up your stuff, by signing up to software and figuring out interfaces, by building WordPress sites. That is no longer, that you just circumvented completely. In other words, it's kind of like, so the difference between being a regular affiliate and somebody who uses my super funnel would be very similar to the difference between somebody trying to build a regular car that runs on gas versus somebody who built an electric car. Meaning, a car that runs on gas, you need the engine, the exhaust. So you got the fumes, you've got the carburetor, the cooling system, you've got this and that and all kinds of, fuses and this and a bunch of different stuff, right? Like there's a lot that goes under the hood of a car. But then you open the hood of an electric car like a Tesla, you just see a battery. You got a battery and a chassis. That's it. So Tesla not only fixed the emission issue, not only fixed the speed issue, where it goes really fast, faster than most gas vehicles, but also you don't need any maintenance at all. I got a buddy who owns a Tesla. All he talks about is just how he doesn't need to go to see the mechanic anymore. Same thing. You're circumventing all these problems altogether. Okay? That's the point of having a super funnel, not having to deal with any of that stuff. Now, another thing about having a list, it's leveraged income. And I want to show you some money math examples. And again, this is an example. So let's say you start building a list. Again, pure example, this is not related to the super funnel, just for simple math. You start adding 100 subscribers at a time to your list. And it takes you about 10 minutes to write an email and mail to the list, from which you can expect about 5% conversion to sales. And you make 5 sales at $50 per sale. You make $250, right? Now you continue to add 100 email subscribers to your email list every day, right? So the second day, you've got 200 subscribers. You take the exact same 10 minutes to write the email, converted the exact same 10%, but this time your list is bigger. So you make 10 sales at 50 bucks, 500 bucks. So rinse and repeat. By day 30, your list is 3,000 people. The time to write an email to those people is 10 minutes. Conversion, same conversion, 5%. So 5% out of 3,000 is 150. That's 7,500 bucks. Now, notice the number 10 minutes. The number of minutes it takes to write an email to an email list, regardless of the size. So the bigger your email list, the more money you make when you email it, right? Make sense? Type in the chat. Come on, wake up, people. Does that make sense to you? Okay, good. I thought I lost you there for a second. So as long as you keep growing your list, you've got leverage. Your income grows as your list grows. Okay? Now, one thing I will also do for you when you apply to this webinar is if you become one of the people who gets a copy of my super funnel, I will give you 12 months of free mentoring. So somebody asked me about the List Building Lifestyle Club. So I'm giving you 12 months of free mentoring if you become one of my funnel owners. That means that in those 12 months, you're going to be able to get with me on a weekly basis in a group setting for 1 hour, maybe hour and a half. You'll be able to ask me anything. You'll be able to get updates about my traffic. In fact, just last week, actually this week, not last week, this week, I was teaching YouTube ads, how I'm using the super funnel to drive traffic from YouTube ads. So all the traffic training, conversion training, email marketing questions, anything like that, we cover during this coaching. And again, this is 4 meetings a month. Once a week we meet. And just to understand the value you're getting here, I charge $3,000 an hour. And this is not a made up number. I actually get that number. So here's somebody wiring me money. Here's 2 more people wiring me money. Somebody buying my time in bulk as well for 20 grand and got a discount of 4,000. Here's another person who wired me 14 grand. So this is the real value of 12K per month times 12, $144,000 value. And if you wonder, like, is the coaching any good? Especially if you already have a super funnel, then yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, here's some results from people I've been mentoring that built their own funnels. So they didn't use my funnel, they just built their own funnels. Again, it took them longer, but they did it under my guidance. So here's Justin. Justin was actually able to save his house from foreclosure because his mom died of cancer, and he became basically responsible for the house. He was able to walk away from his job at AT&T, pay his home in full, and travel 12 countries in 12 months. That's all in the first year. I think that's pretty badass. Nelio here says that he almost given up. Again, he's had a long list of experiences, like a long list of things he tried online that didn't work for him. But again, finally, when he found me, I showed him how to do this, and he brought in 1,000 sales through his funnel in just 72 hours. Paul here. Paul actually started netting $10,000 per month with his affiliate marketing income. Again, and his funnel wasn't great. I want to tell you something about Paul. Paul didn't really have great attention to detail, and he's like a typical skeptic. You know what I mean? Like a typical skeptic that sort of snuffs everything. So I had a hard time convincing him to build a funnel, and he built like a so-so funnel. But that was enough to bring him to $10,000 per month with his affiliate business. So look, I know how to coach people how to build funnels, but this is not about coaching, right? This is about giving you my super funnel, co-branding you into my super funnel so you can use it as your own. And also, besides giving you a copy of my super funnel and installing that copy for you, as well as my emails and promos and stuff, I will show you how to drive traffic. Not only that, not only I will show you how to drive traffic, I will also give you the specific traffic sources you can be using right away to promote this super funnel. Okay, so again, I'm giving you the traffic sources. Now, what you need to understand is that I don't do free traffic. I want to be honest with you about that. If you are thinking, oh, okay, cool, he's going to show me how to get free money, I don't do free traffic. In fact, the super funnel, one of the reasons why I have a super funnel is because traffic is expensive. Does that make sense, guys? One of the reasons why a funnel is even required, and you can't just drive an affiliate link, you can't just drive clicks to an affiliate link, is because traffic is expensive, and funnel is designed to help recoup some of that cost and continue to qualify the leads. So the traffic sources I'll be recommending will cost money. Some will be cheaper, some will be more expensive. For example, if you want to do Google AdWords, that's going to be very expensive, but it's good quality traffic, and I use my super funnel to generate traffic from these sources as well. But there's more options than just Google AdWords, of course. There's solo ads, and I'm giving you specific vendors you can talk to, and specifically the ones who have good traffic for this. There's also lead banks. There's also Microsoft ads. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Now that you have a super funnel on your own domain, co-branded, you have options. Something you don't have as an affiliate marketer. And of course, as your list is growing, I'll also show you how I run winning email campaigns. Not only that, I will let you copy my winning campaigns. How about that? And anytime I have a great campaign, I'll release it so you can model it or copy it or whatever. No problem at all. I mean, for me, it doesn't hurt me in any way. It's not that difficult to do either. So I'm happy to do it for you. Remember, the reason that I am invested in your success with this is because at the end of the day, that funnel has my face all over it. Okay? So when you promote it, I benefit, even if not directly, at least by the fact that, I become a little bit more famous. Maybe somebody discovers me in some way. Maybe a year from now, they'll come to me and they'll use some of my services, right? It's perfectly normal. And I'm fine with that. That's why I'm happy to give you my assets. That's the incentive that I have to help you succeed with this super funnel. And if you know anything about internet marketing, if you've been doing this for any period of time at all, you know this is rare. You know that opportunities like this just don't happen. You know, because very few people out there possess the skill to build a super funnel. And those who do don't go around offering their super funnel to other people. In fact, here's a promotion that I won. It was an affiliate contest that I won. And notice that I'm like on the top, right? And I'm on the top by a long, like by a distance. And so everyone who's below me is a super affiliate who was good enough to land on the leaderboard, and that's cool. But you know what else is true about each and every one of these people? They all have funnels. They all have their own funnels. They all have their own traffic sources that they're using with those funnels. Now, guess who you don't see on this list? The nameless, unknowns, nobodies that don't have their own funnels. They did not make it to the leaderboard, but I assure you, they tried sending traffic to that contest. Affiliates who direct link simply cannot achieve EPCs like this. It just doesn't happen, guys. It just doesn't happen. The only way you achieve EPCs like that, if you're really qualifying your leads. And the truth of the matter is, I keep saying this, I know it's hard to believe, most affiliates will never build a super funnel for themselves, period. They won't. I know it. I tried teaching them. In fact, they paid me so I would teach them, and they still didn't do it. That's just the reality. Because you know what? Think about it. Information is out there. Like you go on Google right now and you type in how to build a sales funnel from scratch. how to build a sales funnel for a real estate agent, how to build a sales funnel for e-commerce, how to build a sales funnel. You have enough information and enough, software and everything, like, to know how to do this, right? You can learn how to do this. You got 56 million results on Google showing you how to do this. You also have tons of software. You got tons of different software to do this that, they all claim, oh, we make funnels easy. It's easy funnels, it's drag and drop funnels, it's automated funnels, it's instant funnels, it's super dumb funnels, it's whatever, right? There's a ton of funnel builders. Is it any less confusing? Tell me, just type in the chat. Is it any less confusing today with a gazillion different funnel builders out there than it was 10 or 20 years ago? No, it's just as confusing, because a funnel is more than just the drag and drop software you're using to build the pages. Way more than that. You kidding me? There's automations, there's emails, there's ad copy, there's offers, there's a lot, way more than meets the eye. So why wouldn't affiliate marketers build funnels? Well, because it's too much. It's too much. Now, I know this solution that I'm offering here is not perfect for everyone. And I'm only releasing a handful of copies of the funnel. I don't want this to be getting too saturated. I'm not looking for this to become, super common, because it would kill it for everyone, right? So I'm keeping it under control. But in a way, what I'm saying is, why not copy something that already works? Just like people who start a Starbucks store or get a license to resell Apple products or something, like they do it. But minus the scrutiny, the bureaucracy, and the outrageous fees that they make you pay when you want to become a franchisee of something, or when you get a license to sell something. In fact, if we're talking about franchises, this is way better, because an average franchisee makes about $60,000 a year. $60,000 a year for what is essentially a hamster wheel that you own? What? I make 4 times that in 30 days. And I actually have a life. A franchise, I don't know if you know anyone who ever bought a franchise, but they pretty much live in the whatever place they bought. Like if they bought a I don't know, a Wendy's franchise or something, they're like in that Wendy's 24/7, because they've just invested a ton of money, and they need to oversee that it produces money, that employees don't steal anything, and so on and so forth. I happen to make more money, keep more money, not just make, but keep more money, and have a life. But I am setting a strict limit on the number of copies that I'm releasing. I don't have the exact number, but once I hit it, I know. And like I said, you will be vetted. So if you're somebody who or a member of my team, if you're somebody we feel is a liability, we're not going to let you use the funnel. Not to mention that even after, you passed the vetting process and you started or something, and then you start doing crazy things, because I'm going to be watching all of you who become members of this program. I will come talk to you. Obviously, first I'll talk to you, but if you don't behave, I'll just turn off your funnel. As simple as that. It has my name, my face, my brand, everything is me. So I'm going to take this very seriously, and I will only work with people who are also serious, people who I can trust. That's why I'm prioritizing anyone who's an existing client. So if you're applying and there's 10 other people applying, and there's like 3 people who are existing clients, they get first dibs, they get priority, because I know them. because we've got a relationship. I'm just being honest with you about this. And for me, it's about simple logic too, as far as saturation. Like imagine if you're walking down a busy block, and that block is full of restaurants. There's pizza, there's wings, there's man, my brain is fried. There's a steakhouse, there's a burger joint, there's like a bunch of different like types of restaurants, right? So this way, anyone who's a foodie, anyone who wants to eat, just goes there and picks something. And this way, everyone who's selling in that particular block, on that block, gets a slice of the pie. Fair enough, right? Kind of like a food court. You've got 5 or 7 or 12 different options, but everyone is making money. Why? Because people go to the shopping mall and they are hungry at some point. Okay. But imagine the same deal, but every single restaurant on that block is a McDonald's. Does anyone make money in that case? Probably not. Now, thankfully, the internet is big enough. It's big enough, trust me. And there's more and more people coming to the internet every day. So to achieve saturation with this, I mean, I'll have to bring in like, I don't know, 10,000 members into this, which I really don't plan. Can you imagine the headache of managing 10,000 funnel owners? I mean, what? No, we're never going to get that far. So, but I still need to manage this so it doesn't become a headache, and so we all make money. So to avoid saturation, I put a hard limit on the number of copies. And of course, it raises the question, if you're so worried about saturation, why do it at all? Well, to be honest with you, I've been asking myself the same question for many years, not just about this, but about every other thing that I've done where I went out and I taught people how to make money online, be it by showing them how to start a solo ad agency, or how to build a funnel, or how to build a list, or how to promote affiliate products, or how to create their own products. Like I've done a bunch of stuff over the years, and I've taught literally hundreds of people, successfully taught, not just, oh, this person bought my book, so I taught them. No, I'm talking like hundreds of case studies of people who are making money. However, when I really think about why I do this, even though I don't have to, I think it's because growing up in poverty, I've developed a never-ending fear of being broke. If you study Napoleon Hill, if you ever read Think and Grow Rich and any of his other works, he talks about fears. Anyone here familiar with those chapters? He talks about the 7 fears. And so the greatest fear he talks about, like the fear of poverty. I have that fear deep. It governs everything. Sometimes I literally forget that I'm rich and I act as if I'm broke. Like I can actually argue with my wife for ordering a $27 sushi when she could have settled for a $12 one or something like this. Like she has to remind me we are rich. But I still have that philosophy. In fact, I don't know if you ever had this in your household, but in my household, we had the P rule. So the P rule was that when you go to the bathroom and you do your thing, you don't flush. You have to go around the house and ask other members of the house if they needed to go to the bathroom. You know why? Because if everyone goes to the bathroom at the same time, then you only have to flush once. That's how poor we were. So knowing what it feels like to be in a position of to not be in control of your income, right? I know what it feels like to be crushed by debt, to not being able to pay for things you need and things you want. I know what it feels like. So I was just always excited about the idea of empowering another person to make money for themselves. Now, truth be told, it came back to haunt me in some ways. Sometimes, there's people who come back to me 4 years after they like bought a course or something and tell me that me and people like me ruined their life and stuff like that. However, there's been so many more people who just express genuine appreciation about what I've done for them, what I shared with them, and seeing them spread their wings and fly. It's an incredible feeling. It's just an incredible feeling, and I can't stop chasing it. I also don't have, while I do have the fear of poverty, I'm really conscious about not settling for fear of scare, or like feeling scarce, or the feeling of scarcity. Like, I want to spread abundance. And I believe that if I give you a copy of my super funnel, you're not going to hurt my income. In fact, I'll make money, you'll make money. That's why I also teach other people how to make money online. Like, I'm not afraid that by showing them what I do, they'll bite into my income. Now, there's a limit to that. I mean, there's common sense to that, of course. Like I gave the example with, a food court that's only made of McDonald's, right? It just doesn't make sense. But in general, the world is abundant. The marketplace is abundant. And I'm not scared of sharing my golden goose, so to speak. In fact, one time I went to a seminar where for about an hour, all I've done is I explained exactly how I make money to a bunch of agency owners, and not a single one of them implemented anything. I gave them stuff they could implement in the room, and many of them sat there with their laptops. Do you think they did anything with it? No. Most people don't do jack bleep, with the things I teach them. Which brings me into my next point, my students, the story of 4 students. So my very first student that I taught how to make money online was Jason Fulton. He's actually pretty big on JVZoo. Some of you may have bought his products, maybe not. I don't know. But he's pretty solidified in the industry. And so I started making about $1,500 per month with my first funnel. And, that's when we connected. He paid me either 800 or $300 one time for me to coach him. And I helped him build his first sales funnel. Within 90 days, he was full-time. He made $8,000 US. He's from Australia. Awesome. That was my very first coaching experience. Can you imagine how elated I was? Like, a guy who actually got results, and I mean, it was just incredible. I made a positive change in someone's life. Then I've had Chrissy Darrington. Now, Chrissy went to 6 figures in about 6 months. She had more like emotional blocks about building her own funnel, but she overcame them, and within 6 months she was making 6 figures, which was incredible. Again, she actually did it just in time, because her husband suffered an injury at work and couldn't go back to work anymore, so she became the sole breadwinner in the family. She was like 50 something years old at the time, so that's awesome. But then I started getting other students. So Nicholas started building a funnel, did not make it past the squeeze page, dabbled with a few strategies. I tried to work with him on this, like tried to compromise on some of the concepts that I use in my funnels. But you know what? I couldn't get him beyond 4 figures, which wasn't enough for him. He's from London, I believe. So he quit. He got out of affiliate marketing altogether. Okay, I thought maybe it's just him. Then I had JP. JP got so frustrated trying to build a funnel that she quit. I had to talk her out of it by building her funnel for her to help her make money. But what I discovered is that for the most part, most people are like JP and like Nick. They are just not going to endure the stress and the work and the learning curve required to build this funnel. They're just not. So while it's awesome when I come across people like Jason, like Chrissy, for the most part, people who ask me to help them are like JP and like Nick. And there's no denying that. It's because it's just very hard to build a funnel. I get that. So if your business is like an apple tree, and every sale or every monetary reward that you're going to get is an apple on that tree, and you need a staircase or a ladder to reach it, which is what? The funnel, right? So if every apple there is a sale, then you need a ladder to climb and get it. So what I'm saying is you can either build your own ladder or you can use mine. Literally, you can use mine. I'll just copy my ladder for you so you can climb your own tree. To me, that makes sense to do for some people. And by the way, we did have a bunch of people apply. I just want to acknowledge them. So Elizabeth, Charles, what else we got here? Genga, Andrew, Wade. Yep. Who else? Joseph. Okay, who else? Yep, Rebecca Bimguda. Hope I pronounced your name right. It's a pretty difficult one to pronounce. Elaine. Yep. Got. Yep. Seen this one. Glenn. Yeah, a few others. It's actually pretty hard to review your names, guys, because for each application I get 3 emails, and I'm like, I get into the email. Oh, I've seen that guy before. Okay, so congratulations to you guys. Go schedule your call, and then see how you can get my letter. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're not going to build your own funnel, why reinvent the wheel? I mean, if you think about it, if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to, like, if you know you're not going to do it, why reinvent the wheel? Just get a copy of something that's working. Because if you think about it, even if you do plan to build it yourself, then your average life expectancy is 912 months. Every black block on this drawing here is basically 1 month. Now, this is how much you've lived and how much you've got left to live if you lived until you turned 40. So that's not much if you really think about it. And this is what you've got left to live if you deduct sleeping, toilet breaks, and things like that, getting stuck in traffic and things like that. That's not a lot of time. And considering that for some people on the call, it took 15 years or 20 years to figure out how to build themselves a super funnel, hey, maybe copying an existing super funnel is not such a bad idea after all. Think the time you're saving. And not only, like, another thing to consider. So yeah, if you quote unquote buy in the super funnel, you're paying money, right? But can you really put value, like, can you really put monetary value on the next 10 years of your life? Like, can you really? I wouldn't do so. I mean, I'm not a wise old owl or anything like that. I'm just crossed 30. But if I could like shortcut my way by at least a few years and get those years back, yeah, I would do it. I would do it for sure, even though I'm pretty young. So I'm just saying, for me, took 3.5 years to figure out that I wasn't even building a list properly. You know what I mean? Like 3.5 years to just realize that. So it's been years and years and years that it took me to figure this out. I'm not saying it's going to take you exactly the same amount of time, but based on the feedback we've gotten on the webinar today, it's a safe bet that that's exactly how long it's going to take. So you might as well take a shortcut, because you know what? Let me put it this way. Whether you take my funnel or build a funnel, either way is great and is better than not doing it at all. Because My brother, who had the chance of using my funnels, had the chance of learning how to build funnels for himself, chose to stay in a job. So instead of owning a funnel, he owns a job. And the difference is pretty incredible as far as results are concerned. He's 10 years older than me, right? So he's 42. He's got 3 kids. He wakes up at 3:30 because he works at a bakery and he's the one that has to start up the oven and everything. He leaves home way before his wife and his kids wake up. He works until 7 p.m. He has one 60-minute break. Now get this. He makes $5,000 a month, which is not enough to cover his bills. He's about 50 grand in debt, last I checked with him, and that was several years ago because we don't talk anymore, unfortunately. And we were both too stubborn to, He's got no life saving, not a penny in savings. He hasn't been on vacation in 5 years because he can't afford it. And he has health issues that he hasn't dealt with in years because he's too busy working and because it's just expensive to deal with. I mean, have you ever done so? Have you ever sort of said, I'm not going to go see a doctor about this because I don't want to spend the money? That's not the way to take care of yourself, but that's the reality. That's the reality for him. He works really hard. He's a nice guy. I mean, great father, nice guy, like incredible individual. But as far as money is concerned, he works hard, he's broke, he's unhealthy, and he's unfulfilled. Do you think he likes to work that way? Do you really think it fulfills him? No. No, it doesn't. Now, on the other hand, and I will sound like an asshole when I share my results compared to my brothers, but I'm only doing this in a factual way. I'm 32, have 2 kids. I wake up close to 8 a.m. I have breakfast with my entire family. I work until about 1:30. Some days it's 1 p.m., some days it's 2 p.m. So it's like half a day. I work from either my home or coffee shops. I have an espresso machine. I make as many espressos as I want. Recently, I've been getting 5 a day, which I've been told is unhealthy. But what's important is I make about 70 times more money per month than he does. I have no debt. I have assets and I have savings. I have 1 year's worth of paychecks in my rainy day fund. So if anything happens to me, God forbid, there's at least 1 year's worth of money stashed away to figure things out. And I live my life by design. So if I don't want something to be a part of my life, it's not a part of my life. If I don't want to commute downtown, I don't. If I don't want to see a certain person, I don't. I don't have to be anywhere. I don't have to pick up the phone. I don't the only people to whom I'm obligated are my family and, of course, my clients, who are very good. Let me use this opportunity, by the way, to say to all my clients, existing, past, and future, but especially existing ones, thank you. Thank you. You're so easy to work with. You're awesome. Thank you. So that's the difference between owning a job and owning a funnel. Now, ironically, me and my brother, we started out in almost the exactly same conditions. He's older than me, but first of all, we share a gene pool, right? So there's same mom and same dad. We were born in the same country. We were raised with the same values. We had the same starter jobs, but he never figured out he needed to build an asset so he doesn't have to work a job for the rest of his life. Even though when I figured it out, I came to him and I wanted, I showed him he just didn't want to do it. He just didn't want to do it. Now, for me, my funnel, oh man, it's so many things. It's my lifestyle because it pays for the lifestyle, it pays for my Porsche, it pays for the big house, etc. It's my family's well-being, right? So my daughter's homeschooling, the toys they get, the clothes they wear, the neighborhood we live in. By the way, that's a big one, right? So they grow up in a neighborhood, a safe neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood where people got stabbed. There were junkies, drinking. I saw that growing up. My kids actually don't get to see it. Now, on one hand, that's great, of course. On the other hand, I'm thinking, man, they're like snowflakes, right? They don't have the same toughness, but we'll see. My funnel is also supplying me with the time and money needed to maintain a healthy marriage. It's also me time, right? I'm a gamer. I'm a huge soccer fan. So like I live in Canada now, but if I was living in Europe, for example, when I was living in Israel, I was flying to Europe to see games. And so it's all thanks to my funnels. All thanks to my funnels. My funnel is also my health because once you've got a funnel that's producing the money, your mind is free to take care of yourself. I know that many of you are neglecting yourself. You don't think you are important. You're important. You are important. It's just something else is bothering you, and chances are it's money. So funnel allows me to not worry about that. In fact, it's producing income even when I'm not working. Like that time when I broke my arm playing soccer, it still continues to produce. It doesn't need me to be in it for it to work. And that's pretty cool. I love it for it. So what is one super funnel worth? Well, I don't know. It's for me, it's hard to put value on it, but what I can tell you is this. What is one promotion worth? I can actually put an exact number on it. Here's a promotion I ran to a list of 1,200 people that generated $61,514.61 in one day. Then another promotion that generated over $32,000 in a day. And another one generated $65,000 in a single day. So at least that, right? I mean, you look at it, at least that, but it doesn't do its justice. A funnel for me is worth so much more. But it's just an easy way to anchor a number, like what it can be worth. And this is a promotion. This is not the actual funnel. This is the promotion that was ran to the list built through the funnel. Because that list, man, and I've been saying this for years now, an email list is a true asset. It's not only as good as having a real estate asset, it's actually better because it provides passive income, it grows over time, there's minimum time investment, there's no problems like tenants looking for investment capital, market conditions, market crashes, interest rates, taxes. Like there's specific taxes that are being introduced specifically for homeowners, people who buy real estate to flip the real estate, investors, etc. Thankfully, for now, nobody is taxing email. May happen in the future, but for now, they don't. And the best part is that if you need to cash out on your real estate, you got to sell it, right? That's a problem. Like I know somebody who got divorced 2 years ago, and they had a $2.2 million home, which they couldn't sell for like a year and a half, so they could split the money or whatever's left after the mortgage. So that took a while, and they had to sell it under market value. So they thought they're going to make a ton of money on it, but it ended up that neither made the money because after expenses that they spent on building, like digging a pool, etc., taxes, etc., like they didn't actually make any money on that. And that's years and years of their life, by the way. So with a list, you can cash out every day. Just promote to the list. So, I mean, at this point, I've shared with you all the technical details. You understand what it is. You understand how it works. I've answered all the questions. There's been a few more people who jumped on board, actually. I see David, Ivona, Ramona as well. I see Desiree, a few other people. Awesome. Steven. So if you're still here and you're sort of like, if you know this is not for you, then great. No hard feelings, like I said. And I hope you got value from this call. and you know, all the best. If you're on the fence, just undecided, then you need to decide now. And if you're wondering whether I'm real or not, because I understand that it's not easy to trust some guy who's yelling at you from the internet, right? So I really have nothing else to show you that would prove I'm real. But what I can do is I can share with you the feedback from the people that know me, who worked with me, who mentored under me, who I JV'd with, who can just offer their opinion about me. Of course, the following is just their opinion about me. So I'll let you, I'll leave you to it. I'll let you read what they say about me, and then the webinar will end. So this is the time when you should decide whether or not you want to get in. To all of you who did get in, awesome. I look forward to working with you. Hopefully, you're not a crazy person and you're going to get approved into the program. That's awesome. Hopefully, the price, etc., will work out. So again, no pressure. I just look forward to talking to you and to getting to know whether this is a good fit for you, and vice versa. And thank you so much for investing the time into spending this time with me on this webinar as well. I've had a great pleasure. So with that, I'm going to mute myself. You're going to see a bunch of testimonials, feedback, case studies, and then the webinar will end, and you'll have to decide by then. All right. So.
All right, I'll come back for just a second. It looks like the timer here is it was just 5 seconds. I didn't check it. Okay, that's my bad. Oh, that's on me. Anyway, if you're still here, great. Thanks for attending the webinar. That's a bit of a malfunction. I wanted to get cheeky with you. I wanted to set you up with a 60-second scarcity timer, but it didn't work. So yeah, thank you so much for attending. If you applied already, great. Look forward to working with you. If not, then this is it. Now or never. Go to igor.cx/funnel. You can see that I'm really professional, so you can expect only the best when you work with me. Yeah, anyway, trust me, my team is way more professional than I am in that regard, and I really appreciate you for being here. I really appreciate you for staying all the way. Look forward to working with you. And if not, if you decided not to, no hard feelings. But if you want, then it's time. This is it. Now you got to decide. Igor.cx/funnel. It's now or never. See you inside. Bye.